For thousands of years, the dead were buried with care. Tombs were sealed, not only to protect the body, but to preserve the soul, stone by stone, symbol by symbol. Every detail meant to guide the dead into eternity. But one tomb was different. One tomb defied everything historians believed to be possible. This is shadows of history, hidden beneath layers of stone and shifting sand. Lay a pharaoh's tomb that should not have survived intact. Not for centuries, not for millennia. And yet, it did. No robbers, no collapse, no signs of intrusion. Only silence, and inscriptions that did not speak of curses, but of consequences. Most royal tombs in ancient Egypt were looted within decades. Gold was taken. Artifacts disappeared. Even sarcophagi were broken open. But this tomb remained untouched, as if no one had ever found it, or no one had ever dared to enter. The pharaoh buried within ruled during a time of instability, a fractured era. His name appears rarely in surviving records, carved faintly, mentioned briefly, then erased. Some historians believe his reign was deliberately minimized. Others believe it was feared, because whatever power he held, it did not end with his death. The tomb itself was not placed among others, not in a valley of kings, not within a grand complex. It was hidden, isolated, buried in a location difficult to reach, as if it was never meant to be found. When explorers finally uncovered the entrance, they expected the usual: broken seals, disturbed chambers, evidence of time and intrusion. Instead, they found something unprecedented. The seals were intact, perfect, unbroken. The burial chamber had never been opened. The air inside, still, undisturbed. Trapped for thousands of years, and waiting. When the stone door was moved, a cold silence filled the space. Not emptiness, not decay, but something heavier, something that lingered. Inside, the walls were covered in carvings, but not the usual prayers. No praises to the gods, no promises of the afterlife. Instead, warnings, repeated again and again, carved deeply into the stone, as if meant to endure, as if meant to be seen by those who should never have entered. The tomb's structure revealed something even more unusual. Advanced sealing mechanisms, stone locks that shifted with pressure, hidden triggers, false corridors designed to mislead, chambers built to collapse inward. Yet none of them had ever activated. Everything remained intact. Everything remained waiting. At the center lay the sarcophagus, massive, immovable, carved with symbols that were difficult to translate. The closest interpretation read, "He is not meant to return." carefully preserved, far beyond expectations. The wrappings showed techniques unknown in other burials, methods that may have been lost to history or never recorded at all. It did not look ancient. It did not look forgotten. It looked contained. Workers involved in the excavation began to report strange experiences. Not dramatic, not immediate, but persistent. A feeling of unease, disorientation. Moments where time seemed to slow or skip. Some described hearing faint movements within the walls. Others felt watched, not by something outside, but from within the tomb itself. Unlike other so-called cursed discoveries, there were no sudden deaths, no immediate disasters. Instead, something quieter. People began to leave. Researchers withdrew from the project. Some abandoned archaeology entirely, refusing to explain why. Within months, the tomb was sealed again. Officially, it was done for preservation, to protect the site, to maintain its condition. Unofficially, no one pushed to reopen it. Ancient Egyptians believed death was not an ending, but a transition, a passage from one state of existence to another, a continuation. But what if that transition was interrupted? What if something crossed over that was never meant to return? What if this Pharaoh was not buried to be honored, but to be contained? History tells us tombs protect the dead from the living, but this one suggests something else.